Yeah.
What's your Friday vibe? Like, for instance, let me paint you a picture here, Picasso. So I have two kind of Friday vibes. I have one where I'm like, okay, working late. Like, work till 6, 5:30, 6, get home. Kind of supper's already going on, or, you know, they're at dad's house or whatever. And, like, I'm okay with it. Like, things in the office are quiet. Everybody's gone. You get a lot of work done. Kind of feel like you round out your week pretty well. But then I have another Friday vibe where I'm like, half day, I'm gone. I'm going to play golf. Like, especially weather's nice and I don't have baseball anymore. That's going to happen a lot more. But I just was thinking about it today because we're recording on a Friday, so a little bit different change outside of a normal Thursday. And Janelle was like, hey, you want to get together at Yard Goat tonight or today, like after work? And I said, yeah, sure. And it's like and that's what I was sitting there and I was thinking about it. And I was like, this is a perfect Friday vibe. Couple beers, kids aren't home. Like, just been a long week. Like, just, it's perfect. It's a perfect Friday thing. So that just got me wondering, like, what would be like your guys' ideal Friday vibe? Like, I know your work schedule is obviously a little bit tougher, but you're off at 3:30. You've got a little flexibility and freedom in yours. But like when I was in private practice, I was never in the office on Friday afternoon. Like, I was gone. Like, I'd get done with court in Spencer County, and I'm like, week's freaking over. Kanan, don't call me because I don't want to be bothered. Like,
Yeah.
It can wait till Monday. And she probably enjoyed having me out of the office for Friday afternoon. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I was just wondering about that Friday vibes, you know?
9 times out of 10, Friday is usually our busiest day of the week, like at work wise, because we're trying to wrap things up for the weekend, especially if we got rain coming and shit like that. You know, like today I work till 4:30.
Little OT, huh?
Yeah, because I got, we had some unexpected changes and things like that came up. You know, we got to buckle down and get stuff done. But it is what it is. But, like, I don't mind it, same thing, too. Like, I don't mind working late every now and then and stuff like that. That's totally fine, regardless if it's a Friday or not. But for me, usually, like, if I'm not on call, I don't want to sound like a huge booze bag or nothing, but
You're going to sound like a huge
I'm going to
booze
find
bag.
I'm usually finding the closest place to go find me a beverage to kind of like, and if we don't have, like, we've been playing softball on Fridays a lot, which sucks. Don't like it. I don't like sporting events on Fridays that are not like a high school football game that starts at 7. You know what I mean?
The Friday softball game at 5 o'clock is tough.
Yeah, it sucks. I hate it, And then, like, we've played 3 in a row this week, so we've had 5 or 6 games this week. It's just been, pretty rough, and I just been running ragged. Even though it's a short week, it felt like it lasted a month, you know what I mean? But usually go home because Thursday night, we're usually doing our damn thing, getting up early Friday, go to work. I'm usually dog-ass tired, so 9 times out of 10, if we don't have any plans or anything going on, I'm usually like a 2 or 3 beer after work, go home, make supper, and I'm struggling to stay awake by 9:15.
That's what I was going to say. I used to have a lot different Friday vibe, but now since we record on Thursdays, most nights I don't even go into the house till 1 or 1:30. So I don't get to work as early as normal. Normally on Friday I don't get to work till 6 or 6:30. Like, I'm way overshooting it. So then I can't leave until later than normal.
Yeah. Are you like hourly or salary?
I'm salary.
So did you know, like, the exempt, non-exempt from the Department of Labor coming down?
Let's not talk about it. It got me all fired up the other day.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, July 1st that changes, then again in January 1, then 3 years are going to reevaluate. And I mean, it's fine probably, but like there's parts of it that just like, what the hell?
Like, it's not going to affect me, but that sucks because we've got a lot of managers that are salary. They're going to now have to start clocking in and out. Like,
so,
that is a freaking nightmare.
Yeah, so that's going to be the issue because it's not going to be to where it affects me. But we'll talk off air.
Okay.
I feel like I just shouldn't get into it. But at any rate, so now I get into work later. I'm beat because like a lot of nights, so we'll get in. I'll be in bed by 1:30, 2 o'clock, sleep until 4:30 or 5:30, and then it's like, God dang. And then by the time I get home,
You see Lunchbox over and shaking his head.
Jenna's like, hey, let's go do something. I'm like, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Fridays are kind of my like today, I thought I was going to come out here and start drinking early. And I was going to surprise you guys. And you're going to be like, God,
Surprise.
man. And I was just going to be shit
Surprise! I'm drunk. Woogie boogie.
But I got my old ass reading my book that I haven't been able to do in like
Gosh,
50 days.
guys, I want to read a book. Like, I want to read a book. I want to find
Well, now
something.
in your defense, I'm reading it on here.
I
I'm not
know.
reading
Yeah,
the
same with
paper
me.
book.
I'm not going to read a real ass book. Like, I just like. I wish I could find something that would trigger my interest enough that I could lock in and read the whole damn thing.
This book, it's weird. I've never had one that I laugh out loud. And William comes around. What are you looking at? Like he thinks I'm watching a TikTok.
Yeah.
And he sees words. He's like,
Dad, are you looking
What
at
are you-
porn again?
No.
what are you laughing
God.
at? And I'm like, oh, it's just a funny part in the story.
Oh, in
and
the
he's like,
face. Yeah, I don't know. I know we're switching gears off this Friday vibe, but I could see myself
But it's
vibing.
a vibe thing.
I could vibe out. I could vibe out with a good book.
I'm not.
This
I got
weather
home and
this
put
week,
in
guys.
Like, oh, go ahead.
Like this weather this week, like the no humidity. Like the humidity has been non-existent.
Yeah, well, when we get 6 inches of rain tomorrow,
It's only supposed to rain up to about a half inch, and then like through the afternoon, it's supposed to kind of taper off.
Mother Nature's anything like most of the folks I know. It's only going to be about 2.5.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is like, I could totally get down on like reading a book.
So Jenna called. And she's
Outside.
like, "What are you guys doing?" And I was like, "Honestly, I changed into shorts to go out and check on the pool. I did that. Now I'm just reading my book." She was like, "What are you going to do?" I said, "I'm going to read this book until those guys get here, I think." She's like, "Oh,
very
Oh,
mature
cool.
of you, David.
Oh wow.
yeah, I
Is
don't
that
know,
what you're
just-
really doing, David? Yeah, that's what I'm really doing. Are you for sure, David? Yeah, I'm going to read a book.
I don't know. I think I've read as an adult. I've read like Phil Robinson's book. I've read Uncle Si's book, which I know for a fact he didn't write it.
Because he's probably illiterate.
Yeah, and then I've read American Sniper. Chris Kyle's.
So if you go,
thing.
there are things online, and I did this. This is how I found this series of books I'm reading now. I don't remember what I Googled, but it was like book selection wizard or something. And it'll go through and it just asks you a bunch of questions. Like it'll ask you what kind of movies you like, what kind of this that you like, what kind of what, just all these things. And then you answer these like 20 or 25 questions, and they're just like, it's like a test. It is a test, I guess.
It's like a Pinterest topic picker.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
what it is. Like, oh, well, we think you'd like these books.
Yeah.
And then, that's
I mean,
how
is
go.
there anything that interests you?
Oh yeah.
So what interests you?
Outdoor stuff. I mean, I've read a shit ton of Gary Paulson books. You know what I mean? Back in the day, I think they're a little. I wouldn't say childish, but you know what I mean. Like the Hatchet, Brian. The
Yeah,
Winter.
well,
Brian's
but, like,
Winter,
what
the
about-
River.
What about stuff like there's a lot of great books about, Yellowstone and Yosemite and some of the early history of those
I'm
places.
sure I could probably get down on a lot of those type things. I'm real into like military stuff. Like I don't know why, but like I could not stop reading
The Art of War.
the Chris Kyle's book, the American
Oh.
Sniper book. I just couldn't turn it off. Because that was another thing. I didn't read it. I had it. I was an audio book because I was running a bulldozer for 12 hours a day, so I could just lock in and go after it. You know what I mean?
You should try The Extraordinary Life of Sam Hill.
Yeah, you think so?
I just Googled
The Alex Cross books. The Alex Cross books is a big series.